Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. And we're playing some more Cataclysm. Deal with it. Just deal with it. Enough out of you. Unless you were like Cataclysm, in which case we are friends. Yeah, feeling pretty good today. For lunch, ordered in from this place. It's a chain, I guess. I've never ordered there before. I don't know how big they are, but it's called Tropical Smoothie Cafe. I got like this little chicken wrap and a big smoothie. Big fruit smoothie, and hot damn was it good. It was a very good smoothie. Anyways, I don't know why you care about that. Trying to see like how many of these places are out there, but I don't know. Huh. Anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, we're playing Cataclysm. Still can't quite get enough of it. You know, I try to branch out, play some other stuff, but never really goes away. Never really goes away. Anywho, enough of that talk. I'm hoping everything sounds good. I reformatted my computer, and so that requires setting everything back up. But it should be good. I mean, I've got the process down pretty good now. Should be all good. Yeah, so hope everyone that had a Thanksgiving had a good one. Hope everyone that didn't have one had a good Thursday regardless. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're just sort of sad and alone and you ate a TV dinner at your computer desk by yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with that. In some ways, that is kind of more preferable. But anyways, enough of that. So, yeah, this week on this channel, I did stuff. We definitely did stuff. No doubt about it. We finished Inscription, sort of. I'm sure some people will be disappointed that I didn't actually beat it. But that happens. I mean, that shit happens. For those who remember when I played Cuphead, I didn't finish that shit either, despite critical acclaim. Not everything perfectly gels with me where I'm just like, I gotta finish this, it's gotta happen. Sometimes we just don't mix too well. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I played a good amount of it. I got pretty close to the end. So I'm not too upset about the whole thing. But then I started uploading Castlevania Symphony at Night. So that will continue, rest assured. That will definitely continue. Because it's already all recorded. That's why. Little worry about that. And I do beat the game. So it's all good. We also had... Let me think. I'll think of it. I'll think of what's happening on my channel. I will think of it. RimWorld, of course, yeah. RimWorld is nearing completion, I would say. That's how I would describe it. Nearing completion. Probably not this week. In fact, I'm almost positive not this week. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm hoping by the end of December we will be done with RimWorld. And I don't really have any plans at the moment to record more of it. I do like RimWorld, but I did record a shit ton of it. And I have so much other stuff to upload, and I keep recording more Cataclysms, so yeah, right now, that will be the end of RimWorld. Probably, I would say, for like a year. Or so. A year and change, maybe. Eventually, we'll come back to it, we'll check out the mod scene as it is, and do another little run and have some fun. Aside from that, there must have been something else. No? No. No. RimWorld, Finish Inscription, and Castlevania. That's pretty much where it was. On Wednesday, we played Forgive Me, Father, which was a pretty interesting little experience. Couldn't complain about how that went. And Two Brothers Play, we did RimWorld multiplayer, so that was even more RimWorld. That did not go really as planned, I would say. Basically just... If you didn't watch it, we kept on getting, well, we only had like 2 hours to play, because Lego's, this is like his last busy weekend of the year. So we only had 2 hours to play. And then we started late because we couldn't get like the mod situation to work. We just didn't know how it dealt with different mod lists, and that took a while of constantly restarting the game and blah blah blah. Then we got into the game, and then we couldn't figure out why I couldn't form a caravan to form my own colony, and that was because of one single mod, which we figured out relatively quickly. And then finally, later on, we found out why time wasn't asynchronous, which was what it was supposed to be, and that's because we just missed a single setting. And then, so finally, we got going properly. But then, like every 10 minutes, I would say, maybe not even, it would desync the game would desync, so I'd have to like reload the game, and it wasn't like massively obtrusive. It was probably like a 20-second process, but it was just annoying, and it was just like, I don't know. I think eventually, if it's a really smooth experience, it probably is quite a bit of fun, but right now there's similar kind of games that have official multiplayer support, and you don't have to fuck around. So, sort of a bit more appealing. Need to watch last night's VOD. Hold on. I'm just going to read your sentence verbatim. I need to watch last night's VOD as I ended up falling asleep. Oh, okay. I got you. You ended up falling asleep during the stream. I got you. I got smoothie brain going on. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you for falling asleep. It wasn't the most eventful stream we've ever done. Yeah, so that was that. Next week, it's gonna be most likely between Stardew Valley and Valheim. We have a lot of games that we kind of want to play eventually. But Lego said that he wanted a multiplayer game that was released in the last 5 years. And we debated between like a more chill game and a more intense game. He was leaning towards chill. And so that brought it down to those two. We also brought up Anno 1800 because we both own it now. But we felt that that might be a bit too similar to what we've been doing lately. So we'll save that for a little bit later. So something between Stardew Valley and Valheim. I said I could go either way. I've played both quite a bit. Valheim officially really hasn't added like much of any content since I last played. So we might try to throw in a couple mods. I know there are mods that people put out that add like 12 new bosses and all this monsters and gear and stuff. I think they like populate the Mistlands already with mods, you know, it's just like modders are doing the work. He has never played Stardew Valley, or he's never played Valheim, but he has played Stardew Valley a bit, so he at least knows how that goes. So I don't know, he's gonna come to a decision and I'm fine with whatever. Both are pretty chill. This battery's gonna die out here. Fuck me. Yeah. Battery's gonna die. No go. So that's what's happening on this channel. I don't think... I think Final Fantasy Endwalker comes out this Friday, I believe. So, yeah. I think the Cataclysm daily uploads will stop at that point and be replaced with Final Fantasy daily uploads. While we continue the Castlevania series and once RimWorld finishes, I guess the Fallout series will start up. Just doing a lot of, you know, clearing out the old hard drive. Anywho, that's the status of the Mang's LP's channel. Over on the Exploring series, I released another aquatic video. Bass Strait. Overall, I think Thalassemania was a bit more well liked, I think a bit more popular, which sort of reflects my feelings on it, but it was still good. Still good. So yeah, that was a lot of like aquatic stuff all jammed together, but just sort of ended up that way. Certainly, it didn't include more aquatic SCPs, because that's been on the polls forever. And then this week, I worked on a very entertaining SCP, one I was very excited about. It's the latest one from Metaphysician that was removed from the site temporarily. It was part of why he was accused of plagiarism and banned and all that. I don't know the specifics of why they rescinded that or anything, or why they apologized and removed the ban. I don't know the specifics of it. I don't follow the politics of SCP. I just read stuff. But yeah, it was brought back, I think, in a new slot. It was given a new number because the old one was taken. It's Il Maestro del Rancore. The Maestro of Rancor. It's a music-based SCP, but it is also at the same time a Allegata SCP. And it is a good one. And it is a long one. Part of that was due to how much just like reading I did in the video. And part of that was because it was Thanksgiving week and I was just like, I'm crunched for time here. Just read it. Don't summarize, just read it. So it's about an hour and 10 minutes, but I think it's a very solid hour and 10 minutes. And yeah, you know, it's got everything you want. It's got MTFs, it's got journal entries, it's got like a fucking crusade, like a holy war against demon entities with knights from, you know, the Middle Ages. It's got so much in it. It's great. Definitely a good one. And it's got, like, obviously Allegata, the Hanged King, and really borrows quite a bit from The King in Yellow, like the book of short stories and stuff, and the play. And so I got to talk about King in Yellow stuff and mention James Blish, and that was great to talk about Hastur. And then at the end, for the end quote, I grabbed a quote from The King in Yellow itself that Metaphysician sort of just like copied and put into the journal entries in the SCP. And at that point, I was just like, I had to call up my mom and like brag a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of fucking good at what I do. I don't know how many other SCP creators would go to that sort of length. And part of that is just like the fact that I had read The King in Yellow years back. I had read More Light by James Blish years back, and I had done all these videos on the Cthulhu, you know. I had this sort of experience and knowledge from the past that I could now incorporate sometimes into SCPs. But yeah, it was just a fun video to work on. Overall, good stuff. And yeah, so I hope people like it. That's the thing. It's like, I struggle sometimes with like thinking like titles and thumbnails and stuff, and it's like, how do I really entice people to let them know that this one contains a lot of like cool stuff that they're gonna like? You know, I don't want to. You know, some SCP creators put like tags in the title of the video. It just seems so cluttered to me and just ugly. You know, I like just having a very simple, clean title of what it is. And then like thumbnails, you know, they'll splash text on there, or they'll have like a really clickbait thumbnail that's just like overtly violent or sexual. You know, I don't know. It's just like, I like the just taking like a good piece of artwork and just using that's sort of tangentially related. It's not clickbaity. But, you know, the title nor the thumbnail really showcase that, like, Alagata is involved, and the Hanged King, and this, like, Holy Crusade section of it. It's just... I don't know. It's tricky. And it's sort of odd to me. It's sort of odd to me, like, how many subscribers I've gained over the last 2-3 years. And yet, my viewership numbers for SCP stuff has basically not changed at all. It's almost as if every person that has subscribed to the channel in the last 3 years has not watched a single video. I mean, give or take, I guess overall viewership has gone up, but I remember when I released the video on the Hanged King. That was a big milestone when I released it, because that was the first video to get 100,000 views within the first 24 hours. I mean, that was like crazy to me. Since that has released, I don't think I've ever replicated it. Maybe once, and maybe I've gotten close a couple times. But since then, I don't think I've ever gotten more than 100K in 24 hours. And that's just wild. It's like, why was that thing so special despite me having like 300,000 more subscribers now? Like, what are all these people doing? I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, first world problems, I suppose. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm really excited about the video. I hope everyone likes it. And next week's video is also going to be very exciting. Next week's 2 videos. So next week's main video for next Monday is the new 001 proposal by Rounderhouse. It's titled Amani Ram. Amani Ram, I believe, is how it's pronounced. It's a city in the Arabian desert. It's very clearly meant to be like the city of pillars, Iram of the pillars. I mean, that's even, I think it's mentioned in the text and stuff. I mean, it's meant to be Iram. But what it is in the SCP universe is like the original home, the original origin of the Church of the Broken God. So yeah, this one, very exciting, goes into the early origin of the Church of the Broken God and Sarkicism, and it's a doozy, for sure. It's a big boy. And to go along with this, well, actually, as part in the proposal itself, there's an interview with Lord Blackwood, which is great. I mean, everyone likes Lord Blackwood. But what's really great is that Rounderhouse wrote a prelude, or like a little prequel to the proposal, titled Gold Prelude, Lord Blackwood in the City of Aman Iram. So this is a Lord Blackwood, like, journal-style tale that serves as, like, a prelude to the 001 proposal. It's not very long. It'll take me, like, 15 minutes to read, but I'm gonna do a reading of this as, like, a standalone video on, like, Friday. I'll put it out. And then that will lead into Monday's video of the actual 001 proposal. I don't know if Rounderhouse plans on writing more Blackwood. I would certainly love if he did, because the universe needs more Lord Blackwood in it. So, we shall see. We shall see indeed. Yeah, so, gonna be pretty exciting. Hopefully DJ Cactus is finishing up Ogier soon. I have yet to be able to make any of his Q&As, so I don't really know exactly where that is sitting. But I'm hoping December, because that would make for a very nice Christmas little Cactus verse. Yeah, so that's that. Probably not a whole lot else to talk about. Not much goes on outside of this channel and the Exploring series. That's how we do it. I don't think you can eat owlbear. I think it's a mutant. Which is a shame. Yeah, so I guess we'll probably just end it off here. So yeah, more Cataclysm this week, more RimWorld, more Castlevania. I believe Final Fantasy starts on Friday, so expect plenty of that. And check out Il Maestro del Rancore over on the Exploring series tomorrow. And that'll do us. I will kill this moose. This moose shall suffer. Dead. Alright. And with this moose, I end this stream. My name is Mangg. It's been Hanging with Mangg. See you fine folks next week.